Welcome to Rges Geometry. This is the section on analytic geometry. There will be a small section on that at the end of every chapter, and this is on page 14. This is review from your algebra. If you have something like this is called the Cartesian Plane, or the Cartesian coordinate system, for Rges Descartes, a famous mathematician who put this together. It allows us to really make connections between our algebra and our geometry by plotting points, such as we would evaluate in an algebraic problem. So this we identify first off this central point where the x-axis and the y-axis come together. This is the point of intersection, and this point of intersection is called the origin. To identify any point on this coordinate system, we can identify if we know two values: its value on the x-axis and its value on the y-axis. So in this case, for instance, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say its value on the x-axis is going to the right of the origin, 5. So that would be positive 5 for this particular point. And going up on the y-axis, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to eyeball it here, and again, going up is positive, going down is negative, going right is positive, going left is negative. Okay. So that point here would be identified as with the ordered pair 5, 4. Ordered pair because it matters that we put the x first and then the y a pair, because we need both values to be able to identify this point. Okay, this should be review. So the ordered pair for the origin would be 0 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. We could also talk about our quadrants. This graph is divided into 4 segments. We name them with Roman numerals, beginning with the top right portion. That would be 1, going counterclockwise, 2, 3, and 4. Notice there's something I can say about these 4 quadrants. I could say the sign associated with my ordered pair. So in the first quadrant, the sign associated with the x, I'm always going in the positive direction. And in the y, according to the y-axis, I'm always going in the positive direction. So this would be positive and positive. For 2, on the x-axis, I would be going negative, and on the y-axis, positive. For quadrant 3, I would be going negative on the x-axis and negative on the y-axis. And for quadrant 4, I would be going positive on the x-axis and negative on the y-axis. And if you stopped and thought about that for a second, I'm sure you would understand that. So what they ask you to do on the exercises here, there's only 5. They have 5 points plotted, labeling them A, B, C, D, and E, and they're asking you to give the coordinates of each point. And this should be a review for you. I not only want you to give the coordinates, but go ahead and label the quadrant while you're at it for each point. If you are at all insecure about this, go ahead and certainly give it a try. And if you're insecure and don't know the answers, be sure to ask me in class.